What up traders, what up investors, Ken here from Dyslexic Investor, and thank you for tuning in for another fantastic video. Today we're going to be looking at IPOE, Chamath Palihapitiya's brand new investment within the SoFi merger acquisition in using the SPAC money from Social Capital IPOE to bring SoFi public into the markets. Of course, we'll be jumping into the charts here in a second and looking at the crazy moves that we just saw, and it was halted multiple times on the stairway higher here, but definitely an interesting stock. And definitely, is it too late to potentially get into this stock, even though potentially running up too much? Before that being said, I have two announcements for some special opportunities. We're going to be looking at basically here. Let's go to the main screen. We have an affiliate link down below finally through Audible. Audible, I love them. I adore them. I listen to books all the time. I have the Pro Plus plan, basically allowing you to, again, me being dyslexic, difficult at times to read books and actually to stay concentrated at it. That's why I love to use Audible to get everything read to me, and it's fantastic. Great quality, fantastic stuff. And that being said, another affiliate link down below is through Tastyworks. So Tastyworks is the broker that I use and love for trading stocks, equities, futures, and potentially crypto coming into February. And right now they're having a special promotion. If you open an account with $2,000 or more with the affiliate link down below, you can get 10 options or 100 shares of stock. And again, I talked to the support team. They are very well aware and making sure that everyone is completely satisfied. All right, so that being said, let's go ahead and just jump back into SoFi and IPOE. All right, so now we're looking at IPOE. This is, again, you have to be fully understanding of this. Chamath has basically the open door that went public. We have the healthcare Clover IPOC potentially going. There's IPOD, IPOF, or no, IPOE, IPOD, IPOF. IPOE took off again this week on the announcement. Chamath Palihapitiya going on CNBC announcing a acquisition with SoFi. Again, what is SoFi? SoFi is like the next generation of financial really just the mission of independence and being able to do a full stop shop for everything from refinancing to mortgages to personal loans and credit cards, and basically just redefining, instead of having a brick and mortar bank down the street, it's all going to be on your app. Like, this is something not completely new, but this is, again, one of the top leaders in the business of really bringing financing into the next the future pipeline. With that being said, a couple key facts. So again, this is why it's very, very important to choose IPOs that have really strong names behind it. Of course, I think Chamath Palihapitiya has a really good rating in the sense of his record, in the sense of investing and trading and his full scope of venture work. That being said, it's going to be a pretty large investment. Again, the company's valued around $6.5 billion, so it's going to be a nice little chunk of change. And you can see here that he's introducing a pipe, basically an influx of cash, and allowing them to expand on advertising, promotions, new research and technology, all this kind of stuff, and allowing them to potentially scale this up really fast. And this is, again, going back to having very important names associated with the IPO. We have Anthony Noto. Again, that might not ring a bell for a lot of people, but when I heard that, I didn't even know SoFi, Anthony Noto was part of SoFi. So I had to do a little bit of searching, because Anthony Noto was the former CFO for Twitter. And he was supposed to be the next succession potentially for Twitter, but ended up leaving after, well, again, he was at Goldman Sachs, then he left and went to Twitter. Again, this is kind of a thing that a lot of the East Coast bankers do when they have a little hiatus or something like that. They gotta just jump over to the West Coast and get involved in that. And again, he's done a fantastic job. You can see, I wish I can, because I was a pretty large investor in Twitter when it first came public, and he was always a very sound person on the conference calls and very transparent, and just all around, I would love to have a cup of coffee with him kind of guy. So with that being said, this, again, this is basically going to be another large investment. Of course, these SPACs have been blowing up left and right. You're having a lot of people just throwing blind cash at a lot of these SPAC stocks without even knowing on who's behind it, all this kind of stuff. But just remember, at Chamath, there's still IPOD and IPOF out there. Again, this deal like it seemed like it happened faster, so allowing this to come to fruition. Again, you would think IPOD would be the next one to pop, but no, this is definitely one to keep an eye on. But this is going to be very interesting. I cannot wait to see this to grow. And again, I bought IPOE when it was around like $11. So this was a very crazy week to say the least. So let's go ahead and just jump into the charts. You can kind of see here. Again, most SPACs just trade around the 1030, 1050-ish range. Of course, with IPOE, it's a little bit different due to the fact of it's got Chamath Palihapitiya, and again, the amount of deals they have already made, it adds a little bit of premium to it. So that was already trading slightly higher, around 12. I'm really going into this kind of news here, because you can go here to the daily chart again. Came out at 10, went all the way up to 13.95, and then really just settled down. But it, again, once people got more and more enthused by IPOB, IPOC. Again, IPOB is open door now, but you're seeing this kind of slight run up here. And then again, the SPACs are really hard to track on a technical basis. You basically just have to put your money in if you want to, if you like the people's names, if you like their track record behind the stock. Of course, with this one, what holy moly guacamole, going from $12.32 basically up to $22, being halted multiple times. It was completely insane. You can see here on the hourly chart on a smaller time frame on these multiple gap ups, those gap ups and gap downs were when the stock was halted a numerous amount of times, again, due to Chamath Palihapitiya going on CNBC and making the announcements of, hey, we're bringing SoFi public. A lot of people are excited, and as well, like looking at the overall industry of banks, we're going to be looking at the XLF, which is the overall ETF in S&P 500, highlighting the banking sector. I think this is a little bit, falls in a little bit more with the, not completely the Square and PayPal's of things, but it's in between the future of banking and really honestly talking to the lower generations, the millennials or lower, on how banking will be potentially in the future. It's no longer going down to meet Joe for a cup of coffee and getting that mortgage. It's literally just going on your phone and just putting in all information and not even talking to anyone. And it's an AI algorithm that really just prints and spits everything out to you. And this is what really SoFi is all about. Really making it the future, making it fast, and making it fantastic. So with that being said, where can it go? Well, I'm not saying the sky's the limit, but with this earnings, with this large announcement of this going public here, of course, what's going to happen? We have that top here basically at $22. Again, that's going to be that extreme level. But once we get more details about the deal, we get more details about access to SoFi books and potentially looking at their revenue and all the forecasting of stuff and really understanding the business at a larger scale. And at the same time, looking at potentially seeing more information on the dates when this merger will happen. Again, this has been a absolutely insane move and been very much a blessing. With that being said, we can kind of do a little bit of research. So if we go to IPOC, which again will not load because I'm an idiot, so I should go to open. So normally how this things work, when a SPAC goes like really parabolic like this, normally it takes a little bit to kind of come into fruition. As you can see here, open had the same kind of like base building, and then the announcement comes out, and then that's the day that Chamath Palihapitiya went on CNBC and said, hey, we're buying open. Boom. You get that huge volume increase. You get a lot of those potential long-term shareholders. There's going to be a lot of weak hands in there, folks, just an FYI. With that being said, it came smacking down to the 8 EMA, and now just kind of traded higher until the deal was announced. But then, of course, we had a little bit of a sell-off going into this time frame. But this is definitely the pattern that we're going to be looking for, in the sense of the emotional roller coaster of people's patience, and depending on how it all overall works out, if it's all smooth sailing, as they say in the business, to see if there's no hiccups or no road bumps on the way of making this deal happen without any instances. With that being said, so again, we're looking for potentially on the daily chart, looking to potentially short-term support around the 8 EMA, and then looking for the 21 EMA to really hold us higher. So if we go back here, IPOE, so where's the 8 EMA as of the close on Friday? It's around $15. I know that seems a little bit extreme, but once this kind of starts trading higher and potentially consolidating at this level, we can kind of see it potentially start coming in lower. And this, I believe, would be a fantastic opportunity to potentially to nibble at it. If you weren't able to get into it pre of this, again, full disclosure, I told you I've owned this around the $11.50, $11.55 range, and I own IPOD and IPOF already as well, just because, like I said, I made a video a couple weeks ago highlighting the SPACs that I like, and I put money into what I talked about. So that being said, looking for, again, potentially $16 to $15 range if it does pull back dramatically to be the first initial lines of support, and then wherever the 21 EMA lies on that. But that being said, this is definitely going to be an exciting time, especially with the high quality SPACs, and that's going to be a really fun show to watch. Again, especially anticipating IPOD and IPOF as well. Maybe we'll get an IPO all the way to Z. Who knows? Like Chamath Palihapitiya said, he's going to be a very busy guy this year. So yeah. Let's just hope and best luck here. Again, guys, thank you for staying through the video and watching it. I greatly appreciate it. Please don't forget to hit the likes and the subscribe button on the way out the door, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Peace.